You can hear the switch. There's a switch in there. You can hear it clicking. So that part is working. So press it again for me. I'm going to press the button in here. Okay. And that moves. Yeah, we're going to check down the bottom and see. All right, so we're down here at the bottom. Now, on most of these Whirlpools side-by-side models, they're going to have some kind of issue, whatever you want to call it. Wires are either cut, broken. So a lot of times you're going to have the issue, or you're at least going to find the problem right there. But today, no. So if you do cut your harness, be super careful. Now, it's very difficult to actually find the damage unless you cut the harness. The tenant was actually in a rush today, so I did not have as much time as I wanted to do to get this thing fully diagnosed. But it's 90% diagnosed. Yeah, it's about 90%. So based on the symptoms we were having, the main culprit is going to be the board. Now, you want to verify that all your wires are intact. Now, I do have a video which I will link. If you don't want to cut your harness, you don't have to. You do have to get a meter, remove the dispenser display, and you can check all your wires from there. You can check for continuity, which is checking the integrity of each of the wires. So that's one way of doing it, or you can slice the harness in between. Be careful and tug on them, which I was doing, and if they're broken, they will show themselves. So totally fine. Just make sure you tape it up as I'm doing once you're done. So pretty straightforward from here on. I'm going to be removing the dispenser just to check the micro switch to make sure that switch is operating. You do need to verify that, because if the switch is bad, it is still not going to dispense. Now you see that dirty condenser? Go ahead and vacuum it, blow it out. So we're inside right now. This is the auger, and this is the portion that turns, and you should have power back there. So if you have a non-contact voltage tester, all right, you present? I have to have two hands here. Okay. You present? So no power at all. I'm going to verify that switch. Turn power back off one more time. So I was checking for power. As you can see, we did not get anything at all. There was power to the door switch, as you noticed, but nothing at all. So we're removing the dispenser section. Underneath, you're going to have 2 1/4-inch screws. Remove those. And once those are removed, you should be able to just remove the front. You're going to pull forward and down. And that's it. Be careful. You're going to have 2 connectors in the back. Unplug those. Now those 2 screws are what are holding on the dispenser. Those are in the front. Before, you must remove the bottom 2 screws. And then after that, you can have 2 1/4-inch screws in the front. Remove them. That's one. And the other to the right. Once those are removed, you can just pull the face or the display forward and it comes off. There you have it. Sorry about the angle. Now go ahead and unplug those. Don't let them hang. You don't want them to get damaged. Now, to remove this display here, you're going to have two tabs. Trying to zoom in here. See that? So to extract, what you're going to do, you're going to use your fingers and you're going to pull slowly. And as you pull the entire assembly out. Just like that. Now we have access, and we're going to go ahead, get our meter, set it to continuity, and we're going to check the switch. If the switch is good, go ahead and put that back together. Or if you want to continue to check all the wires for continuity, this is where you do it. And you can go ahead and do that as you have all that out.
Switch is good.
This thing likes eating boards, I guess. Alright guys, I'm going to be jumping off here now. I'm going to be putting this thing back together. Like I mentioned, the tenant didn't have a lot of time. I would have actually activated the board, the relay on the board, and I would have activated it and you would have seen the auger rotating. So I will have an update on this if it gets approved. I don't know what the owner is going to do. So at this point, we are still waiting. So I will update or have maybe part 2 on this repair. So, but this would be how you do your diagnostic. If you've checked everything here and you still are not able to get ice from the auger, then you'd replace the main board. Of course, before you do that, you would check, make sure all your wires are good, no wires are broken, and everything is intact. All right. Enjoy the rest of the video. Thanks for watching.
You should get her on either keto. Back in the day, keto. How old? Okay. Uh-huh. Wow. Wow. Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah. Be hits, yeah. And then sugar just comes along, and add fuel to the fire, but really. All right. Oop. Water. I got water instead. Dang it. Okay. So we're still on limbo. Yeah. Yeah. The switch for the water works.